Today just got good.
Are you weirdos ready to ditch summer camp and study magic instead? Then who dang is the Owl House for you? With Gravity Falls and Star vs. the Forces of Evil over, Disney was seriously lacking in the wacky protagonist department, and that's why I'm already obsessed with this brand new series. We've got a lot to unpack here. I'm Whitney Van Lanningham, and this is why you should be watching Owl House. Creator Dana Terrace already has some really good, really bizarre shows under her belt. She worked on both Gravity Falls and DuckTales, so you know she's got a handle on strange characters and wild scenarios. Not only is Dana Terrace a new member of the short list of women who have solo created a Disney animated series, her motivation for finishing this show is the best. Apparently, one of her colleagues told her that the Owl House was a dumb idea, so Terrace worked even harder to make an awesome series about being yourself in the face of adversity. How freaking cool is that? Nerdwire fully supports any and all bad bitches who make whatever the hell they want and don't freaking care if you like it. And honestly, that's the core message of the show itself. The Owl House follows the story of a teen girl named Luz Nocida, who doesn't quite fit in with normal society. Where her classmates are doing normal book reports and cheerleading, Luz is stitching together a fantastical taxidermy replica of a griffin that breathes spiders and turning her eyelids inside out. Like so many of us, Luz is a weirdo, a freak, and a nerd for all things make-believe. And while she'd totally be best friends with Mabel and Star Butterfly, she doesn't exactly vibe well with her classmates, teachers, and family. I really like Luz. I love that her character explores a whole new kind of weird that we haven't been introduced to yet. The freaky weird kid. Luz is a lot more into body horror than any other Disney character I've ever seen. Proven by the aforementioned taxidermy griffin with spider breath and the way she flipped her eyelids inside out to mess with the other kids. Bleep, bloop, bleep. I'm just saying, you couldn't watch The Fly or The Thing with Cinderella or Hannah Montana, but you could explore some real Cronenbergian nightmares with this chick. Instead of spending her summer at normie camp like her mom wants, Luz accidentally stumbles upon a magical realm called the Boiling Isles, and decides to stay there and train to be a witch instead. Her mentor is a witch named Ida, aka the Owl Lady, played by the expertly cast Wendy Malick. Ida has gadgets and gizmos aplenty, all stolen from the real world by one of her magic owls. The Owl Lady is definitely a badass. For starters, she totally looks like a grown-up version of Crystal from Fern Gully. Second of all, she uses her magic powers and fighting skills to evade the cops and her ex-boyfriends, and I gotta say, her magic is rad. It's a little bit Harry Potter, a little bit Doctor Strange, and a whole lot of weird.
Distraction spell!
From her owl staff to her magic door, Ida's magic is a highlight of this series and brings about some of the most exhilarating animation the show offers. The Owl Lady lives with the King of Demons, played by Alex Hirsch, the mastermind behind Gravity Falls. He claimed to have once been the ruler of all demonic life in the Boiling Isles, until his magic crown was stolen from him, vanquishing his power. It turned out in the end that the crown was just a paper one from Burger Queen with no powers whatsoever, so basically, King is just Ida's cute little furry demon pup. He's also a self-proclaimed expert in demonology, and we get to see some more of the demons he teaches Luz about as the series continues.
Demons like me are grim tricksters of the twilight, creatures of sulfur and bone.
And cute little paws.
And cute little paws, true.
Ida and King live in the Owl House, a castle powered by Ida's magic far on the outskirts of the Boiling Isle. While other witches attend school and join covens, Ida and King are outlaws that live alone and fend for themselves.
If I'm seen, I could go to jail. Again.
Maybe this informative event will inspire you to join a coven.
At first, it seems like Ida keeps to herself because she values her independence and individuality, but it's a lot more complicated than that. You see, Ida was hit with a curse that turns her into the Owl Lady. I definitely thought that it was just a cute nickname at first, like how people refer to me as a pug lady. But it turns out that when Ida doesn't drink her daily elixir, she morphs into a werewolf-like owl creature that'll snack on your body if she catches you. We don't know much about the curse yet, and according to her nightmares, even Ida doesn't know who cursed her. The mystery behind Ida's curse is just starting, and is definitely something you'll want to tune in for.
You're the one who cursed me, aren't you? Who are you? Who are you?
Like all curious witches, Luz is anxious and impatient to learn as much magic as soon as she possibly can. She befriends a witch named Willow who attends the local magic school, and ends up crashing a few classes. Willow's specialty is plant magic, and although the popular kids at magic school call her half a witch Willow, she's way more powerful than any of those jerks think. Her best friend is Gus, a younger wizard who practices illusion magic. He's also the president of the Human Appreciation Society, which totally reminds me of Arthur Weasley from Harry Potter. But if Willow and Gus are Hermione and Ron, the Draco Malfoy of magic school is Amity Blight, the top student of the Abomination controlling magic. Abominations are essentially golems, birthed by purple sludge and controlled by the witch who created it. Amity is cunning, bright, and extremely competitive. Unlike actual Draco Malfoy, Baby Girl works hard for her perfect grades, and even shows her soft side volunteering to read to kids at the library for extra credit.
Goodbye, Miss Amity. Thank you.
Thank you, Praxis. See you next time.
As we just learned in episode 7, it's possible that Amity isn't all bad. Even though she's clearly incredibly rude to Willow, it seems like her pain stems from being picked on by her older siblings. She's also under a lot of pressure to be recruited into the Emperor's Coven, led by none other than Ida's sister Lilith. Lilith appears to be everything that her sister isn't: law-abiding and conservative. However, even she has a soft spot. When Ida tells her that the curse is worsening, Lilith genuinely appears to want to help her sister. But that doesn't mean that she won't work with the law to bring the Owl Lady to justice.
Ida,
It's been fun, but let's call it a draw.
I don't want to give too many more details away, because you just have to meet all of these incredible characters yourself. And that's one of the reasons why you should start watching The Owl House right now. All of the major players have just been introduced, the scene has been set, and the episodes that come after this are only bound to get more intense. Now is the perfect time to binge the first 7 episodes, get to know the characters, and start making your own predictions about what might come next. Season 1 has a 19-episode order, so the next 3 episodes that are about to air will be the last before hiatus. Trust me, you're gonna get obsessed. And thankfully, it seems like Disney already is too. The Mouse House has already ordered a 2nd season, and this show definitely has the potential to fill the holes left behind when Gravity Falls and Star vs. the Forces of Evil ended. After decades of shows starring princesses and pop stars, weirdos deserve representation on the Disney Channel, damn it. I'm all about the latest shift in role models. Regular people identify with characters like Vanellope from Wreck-It Ralph way more than they can relate to Sleeping Beauty. And that's one of the best parts of the Owl House. Each of the characters are totally unique to anything we've seen Disney do so far. Sure, they've been nailing it with Star Butterfly, Princess Ponyhead, Mabel, and Wendy, but I'm excited to make room in this freaky deaky girl gang for Luz, Willow, and Amity. Also, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I've got a feeling that the plot is just about to get really, really good. We've just learned some really crazy stuff about the Owl Lady, and the stakes for her character keep climbing higher. Besides the action, adventure, and magic, this show is pretty funny.
let's scram! Wizards are just old people with glitter in their pockets.
It doesn't have as much random humor as its predecessors, but instead uses current references to make points. For example, this is one of my favorite jokes of the series so far. Willow and Luz are pulling some shenanigans at magic school with Luz disguised as Willow's homework assignment. When the principal asks her to lie, as in lie down, she says this.
Lie.
Viral fame is a worthy pursuit. Your cat would never eat you if it got the chance. Chemtrails are real.
Oh no, Abomination.
I feel like that kind of humor is self-aware in a way that we don't normally get to see from Disney, and I'm excited to see how the writers use real-world zingers like that in future episodes. I will say though that the whole Luz is a weirdo just because she likes anime and fantasy trope is a little heavy-handed in the pilot episode.
So you have a different way of doing things, a different way of seeing things. That may make you weird, but it also makes you awesome, don't you see?
Why are you helping us?
Because us weirdos have to stick together. And nobody should be punished for who they are.
But don't worry, it eases up as the show continues. Luz's weirdness doesn't just rely on her fairly mainstream interests going forward. She's shown to be hardworking, curious, and actually pretty great at making friends.
You helped bring a house to life. Amity doesn't know what she's talking about.
There's a lot more to her character than just the fact that she's obsessed with those Azura books. Although that is a pretty cool, pretty important part. I'm gonna call it now, guys. I honestly think that this show has the potential to become a new Nerdwire favorite. With Steven Universe ending once again and only reruns of Star, Gravity Falls, and Adventure Time to warm our cold, dead hearts, The Owl House seems like the obvious choice for our newest serial network cartoon fix. Alright, now go catch up on episodes 1 through 7 of The Owl House before the last of this batch of episodes drop. And let me know what you think of it in the comments. I think this show has a lot of potential, but that's just me. How do you guys feel about it? Like and subscribe to Nerdwire, and be nice to your tiny demon friends.
magical wizard.
A weird old man in Jim Jams.